bad, me sick, me Reggaeville.
Reggaeville family, thank you for tuning in once more because today you are in for a very, very special treat. I have a guest who is no other than the fastest man alive. Usain Bolt is connected to me together with his best friend, NJ Walker. How are you guys today?
Good, I'm good. Good.
Yeah, man, it's wonderful to see you guys because I have something to congratulate you on. And this time it's nothing about sports, but it's about music. You guys dropped your debut album on Friday named Country Yutes. It's out already. As I said, congratulations. Tell me, how did you spend release day as this being your first release day ever?
Well, I actually had to play a game on Saturday for charity fee. It was just chilling. Really, I didn't do much. The release day, I was just taking it easy because I had the game the next day. So it was just a chill vibes.
Okay. How about you, NJ?
Yeah, for me, we were on the phone with its DSPs, making sure everything was good to go. So that was mostly what I was doing. And we flew over to Manchester, so we're in the UK. So it was kind of challenging staying up to stay on East Coast time. But all in all, it was a good day.
That's great to hear. I mean, that you guys love music, that's no secret. Everybody knows that. But there's one thing to be a fan of music, and there's a next thing to actually make music on a professional level to release an album. So you saying, tell me, how did this idea eventually manifest into an album after the career in track and field and also football for you?
Well, for me, music has always been a part of my life. It's something that I really enjoy doing. And it's something that me and AJ talked about even while I was doing track and field, that we should get into music. So the pandemic kind of pushed us in that direction because we had a lot of time on our hand, a lot of free time. So we're like, you know what? Why not do it now? Because we have the time and we can actually put some time into it and effort. So that's how we got started. But we did rhythms earlier in the year when we released like my champagne and stuff. So we dabbled a little bit in the music even before our time.
Yes, of course. But this is the mandatory question. Since you're the fastest man alive, how long did it take to actually make this record?
Surprisingly, it was 6-7 months. It took us to get right.
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay. NJ, as I mentioned, is Usain's best friend, but he also is the main vocalist for the record. And as I said, you guys are best friends and you go way back, right? Please tell me a bit about your childhood. When you guys went together to Waldensia Primary School, how was life like for the NJ and the VJ, I guess, the actual country youths from Sherwood Content, right?
Yeah, it was my first memory of you saying he was noticeably taller than everyone. And as I said, I was called NJ, he was called VJ, so we had that in common. And I think with us, it off from then.
So was it always like he's the runner guy or he's the athlete guy and you're the music guy, or how did the people recognize the two of you?
Yeah, we all played sports, cricket, running, football. Usain was always better than all of us. I think Usain scored 100 runs at 12 years old, in primary school. So he was always a sportsman.
But I mean, I guess there was also a love for music. Were you more the church choir kind of guys, or more the sneak out at night to look and listen dancehall or sound system play?
Yes, I went to church religiously on a Sabbath. I went to church on a Saturday. I played the keyboard in church, surprisingly. So I guess that was my first introduction to music. I played the keyboard at church, but I never really sang per se. But if you're living in Jamaica, music is always around. Bob Marley, Jimmy Cliff, it's always there. Everywhere you turn, music is playing. On a Sunday, you get more relaxed type of music. But yeah, music is always around us.
Right. In the intro, you both give us some very clear advice. I can hear the both of you in the intro. You say things like say less, do more, believe in yourself, work for your own, don't think limits. And you're saying, I figure as a world-class athlete, keeping a positive mindset, creating a positive mindset also for yourself is something that you know how to do it, but there's a way until you reach there for yourself. What helped you to keep up such a spirit, and was maybe also NJ and having him as a friend by your side also maybe influential in that?
Yeah, throughout the years, it's all about having a good team around you. I had good people around me that really had the same dream as me and wanted to help me to get to my dream. So for me, it's very important to have the right set of people around me that going to support you and going to push you to do better and to want to do better. You understand? But for me, it's always believe in yourself. Never listen to doubters because people at times will tell you can't do something. But the fact that I came from the country and now I'm the fastest man in the world, I never knew I'd be here. So just believe in yourself and always just push forward. And that's why we did that message at the start.
The wise words from the sportsman are now in the music. And speaking of sportsmen, because you're not the only sportsman involved in this record, right? Because there's another person featured in a track. Could you tell us who is featured and how did this come about?
His name is Billy Gardner. You understand? Ricardo Gardner. He's a former footballer, Jamaica reggae boy. You understand? We are friends. But Billy's been in music for years. You understand? He had his label called Art of Love that he did a few songs. He did a song in Europe that was really big. And he loves music. And we're in the studio and we pressured him initially to do like a song that we released early on one of our rhythms. And then when we were doing that track, we're like, you know what, you should do a collab with NJ for the album. And we kind of pressured him, you know what I mean? And he said, all right, cool. And that's how that collab came about.
Musically, Country Yutes is dancehall first and foremost, I'd say, but it also includes some reggae vibes, some hip hop, trap, little are fused in as well. Is this also your guys' favorite music? Who are your favorite artists and whose music inspired the record?
Yeah, we wanted to go for all the subsets of dance or reggae music. It was important for us to show that we're studying and learning the craft. You see, being a producer. So we wanted fans to get a taste of everything that dance or reggae music has influenced. So you have a little reggaeton sound, you have a little Afrobeat sound, of course you have the UK trap sound. But overall, it was just to show a wide range of subset of dance or reggae music. Because we felt Usain is a global star. He has fans all over the world. So we try to tap into that market where at least one song is on the album for all of his fans, Influence growing up, of course, we grew up in the 90s, early 2000s. So you're talking about Bounty Killer, Beenie Man, Baby Sham, Sizzla, Capitan, Vibes Cartel, those type of music we grew up on.
So I can see the dancehall influence from me. Lyrically, I mentioned already that in the intro you have motivational words and you also have them in songs like Living the Dream and my personal favorite, by the way, which is Life. And of course, there's some gal party tunes like Time in Fire is a party. But there's also this very personal Rest in Peace, My G. Who is this song dedicated to? And was it hard to expose such a personal matter to the public through a song?
For me, it was definitely rough. And if anybody knows me, I know my friend his name is Jeremy Mason. Like we used to travel together, hang out together. World Juniors, when I won my first World Juniors in Jamaica, we were actually on the same team. So from then I knew him from 2002. So for me, it was rough to actually listen to the song and help NJ write it. And it was just a vibe, but I felt like it was necessary because well, I always remember him and he had an impact on my life because he was a person that always motivates me also in my track and field and really support me through everything. So it was really tough, but it was necessary to me.
I mentioned NJ being the main vocalist for the record. USAIN, tell me, what role did you exactly play in the project?
I was the one that did the rhythms, and we were all involved. You understand? So at the start, we would say, "Listen, no, change this. We don't like this anymore. Give us a different rhythm." So from the ground up, you understand? I was there. As I said, I helped NJ write some of the songs, not all of them, but I was there for most of it. You understand? I was always in the studio. You know what I mean? Giving my input, and for me, it was an opportunity to see a different side of even my friend. You understand? And it was just a different energy and the vibes of how it took us time to build the album, but it was well put together. And for me, I really enjoy it, and that's why we put out good music and continue well putting out good music.
Mm-hmm. And as I mentioned, NJ is the main vocalist. There are some featured artists, and there is another voice on live, which I mentioned already being my favorite. Who is NJJ?
NJJ is my son. As we were doing music, I was home one day making this song, and I have a system at home, a recorded system at home. And he said he wanted to sing, and I put the earphone over his ears, put the mic in front of him, and he did one take. So that
Mad.
vocals you heard there, he did it one time, and he was 5 at that time.
Wow.
He's now 6. And so that's actually one of my favorite songs. It's just a special moment. And yeah, it's just a special song. And I'm happy to know that a song like that you would like.
Definitely wonderful to have this moment captured on a record that's now out, so you never gonna lose the memory of the moment.
Yeah, it was important to us in our writing to create topics that would reach everybody. So as I say, we have motivational songs, we have fun song, of course we have song about vulnerability, about life. We have a RIP song because almost everyone have lost somebody in their lives, so they can relate to that. And so we just try to cover all base of topics where when you listen to the album, you can relate. We try to do relatable music, like a song like these, you know, City Life, just songs that we feel like people hear and say, okay, I've had this feeling at one point in my life.
Yeah, man, Country Yutes, definitely a record people can relate to, people can enjoy, and you can get it from now because it's out already since last week, Friday, as I mentioned. It is called the debut album, right? So this is just the beginning of the career. What is yet to come? Because we have Rhythm Jugglings are out already. We mentioned Clockwork, Immortal, Olympus. What is planned now for the album, and what is planned in terms of releases in general from you guys?
And there's no limit. There's no limit. As you say, now always says, he sees himself as a DJ kind of dance or reggae music. So the sky's the limit. We'll be continue studying and learning the craft. I think once people see us that we're able to make these moves, then people want to work with us confidently. They don't want to do a song because you say both. They're like, okay, I work with you say both. He has a connection to get the song places. So even this is one of the reasons we did the album. We wanted to learn. We wanted to have direct contact with the DSPs. We wanted to export the music because dance or reggae music suffer from distribution. So it's important that we did that trial stage with ourselves, that experimental explorational stage with ourselves. And then next time we decide to work with somebody, they're confident in what they're doing. They don't feel like they're just doing us a favor. They felt like, yeah, these dudes, Country Youths, is going to put us on and take us to places. So it was important for us to do this album to show growth, also great fans who were people, locally and internationally.
Yeah, so I mean, since you guys are the stars of the album, is there one last thing you would like to add or tell the fans at this point, the Reggaeville massive out there, about Country Yutes and about your works?
Well, for me, it's just to go get the album, share it with a friend, listen, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. As I would say, is it. And we'll continue making music. You know what I mean? Continue making good music. And I really appreciate the love I've been getting on the album. I appreciate it. And some job. We'll continue making great music. You understand? Just look for bigger and better things. You know that the same boat will do those great things. So just look forward to more and more to come.
All right. NJ, is there anything you want to add as well? Are you cool?
Say less.
Do more.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Thanks to the Country Yutes from Trelawny. Big up yourselves. All the very best for your album. Keep on with the music. Of course, also with the sports and charitable work. Thank you so much for taking the time to speaking to me and letting us know all about your works. And then hopefully we get to talk when you drop your next project again, right? Take good care until then. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Come on.
Bye.
Me bad, me sick, me Reggaeville.